Hello, Mark. So today I got into a verbal altercation with a little old lady. And when I say little old lady, I mean like close to 80. Now, before you go judging me and calling me names and stuff, let me tell you what happened. See, I'm getting my grocery shopping done, and I'm walking down aisle 6, and all of a sudden, this odor hits my nose. And it's unlike any odor I have ever smelled before. I'm talking, it smells like sulfur mixed with a dead body mixed with sauerkraut. One of the most horrible things I have ever smelled in my life. Now, as I'm smelling this, I'm looking around the aisle to see who could be the culprit. And I notice there's 5 other people on that aisle with me. And all but one of them has that I smell doo-doo face. You know that? The one person that didn't have that I smell doo-doo face was a little old lady. And she acted like with nothing going on. So right then, I knew who farted. All right, investigation over. Sweet little old lady right there. That's who it was. It came from her colon. A fart like that can only come from a near 80-year-old colon. Ain't no fart like that coming from a young colon like mine, okay? That thing had been hid up in there for years. That fart right there was probably in there since 2012, just waiting to come out of her rectum. I got to thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? Everybody farts. She just had to let herself a little toot go. So I let it go, and I kept on shopping. So I get to the checkout line. And of course, there's only 2 checkout lines open, and they are backed up. So I get to my checkout line. I'm sitting there minding my own business, and all of a sudden, smell hits my nose again. And my nose all but tried to crawl up on the top of my head because it stunk so bad. I start to looking around. I turn around, and there she is. Little sweet old lady right behind me once again. Done let it rip. So I look at her, and I give her the eye. You know that what has crawled up and died in you eye. So she looks at me, and she says as loud as she can in her sweet little old lady voice, "You should be ashamed of yourself, young man." So now this little old lady has got everybody at the grocery store thinking that I'm the one that smells like a can of sardines that's been sitting out in the sun for 3 months. Tell you something, there's several things people can do to me, and I just let it go. But you ain't never gonna rip yourself a stinking fart like that and blame it on me when it ain't even mine. So I looked at her and I said, "How dare you, old lady?" I said, "These people right here know that there ain't no way that that came from my colon. That came from your prehistoric Jurassic colon. There is no way that there was anything trapped up in my rectum that smelled like that. That thing right there smells like something they would have unleashed on the Japanese in World War II. And how dare you do that?" Everybody around me was holding their noses. There was one fella that was gagging. He was ever going, like he was about to throw up because she stank that bad. I said, "So you look at everybody right now and you tell them that came from your old nursing home colon." That didn't come from me. So she looked at me and she smiled at me. And then she turned and she started acting like she's crying right there in front of everybody. Made me look like the biggest a-hole in the world. So now, not only do people think that I farted and it smelled like death, but now they think I farted and blamed it on an 80-year-old lady, and she cried about it. So right now, I'd like to publicly acknowledge that that was not my colon. That was that old lady's colon, and she is nothing but a stinking liar. Oh, and if you that old lady and you by chance watching this, you need to get you a Glade plug-in and shove it up your booty hole. Do something about that. Go to a doctor and get checked out. That ain't right, okay? Nobody should be smelling like that. God bless you, Merica.